everyone, it's Jennifer, and I have some fun grammar things for you. Don't be a Yule shard. Let's learn about words for your next holiday gathering. The end of the holiday season is a joyful time for many, but it's also one of the busiest times of the year. From decking the halls to stuffing the turkey, there's no shortage of duties to attend to. Fortunately, there are plenty of fun and quirky words from around the world that are unique to these activities and festivities. Whether you're a Yule shard, having to scurry funge, or suffering from abioko while using a Yule hole, here are some of the best words to use at your next gathering. This one is a doozy. Abiocco, A-B-B-I-O-C-C-O. Italians have the perfect word for how many feel after a holiday meal. This refers to the drowsiness that occurs after a large meal, making it distinctly different from simple sleepiness before bedtime. It also involves a state of pure relaxation while delaying responsibilities, something that tends to occur on holidays. The word originated in central Italy from two verbs, abiocare and abiocarsi, meaning to exhaust and to doze off, respectively. Interesting. Next word is bummock, B-U-M-M-O-C-K. It's an alcoholic beverage that is brewed to enjoy at a merry meeting, aka the holidays. This Scottish drink has been around since at least the early 19th century, but an older definition of bummock, sometimes spelled B-O-U-M-A-C-K, is an entertainment anciently given at Christmas by tenants to their landlords, or a Christmas feast, hence its association with the holidays. Qualtag, Q-U-A-A-L-T-A-G-H, is the first person one encounters on New Year's Day. This word is derived from Manx, an ancient language from the Isle of Man in the Irish Sea. The root of this term is qual, meaning to meet. Qualtag originally referred to a group that gathered around the holidays to go caroling, but the tradition evolved and the word began to refer to the first footer, or the first person who entered the door in the new year. By the mid-19th century, it took on its current meaning, the first person to cross the threshold, usually on a holiday. Schnapsidee, S-C-H-N-A-P-S-I-D-E-E. It's a German word that means booze idea, something many people have during the holidays. It's known as a ridiculous, ill-advised idea that sounds like it was made up during a drunken state. Sledding off the roof at a holiday party, for example. Don't do that. Germans tend to use the word to describe any outlandish idea, though whether alcohol was involved or not. Interesting. Scurryfunge, S-C-U-R-R-Y-F-U-N-G-E, is to hurriedly clean the house before company arrives. This word has meant to move rapidly since the early 19th century, but likely wasn't used in the sense of a rapid cleanup until the mid-1950s, when it appeared in U.S. regional dialects. One example was included in the 1975 book Maine Lingo by John Gould, a hasty titling of the house between the time you see a neighbor coming and the time they knock on the door. Scurry means to move briskly, but funge remains a bit of an etymological mystery. A Yule hole, Y-U-L-E-H-O-L-E. It's quite common to overindulge during holiday meals, and those who do might need to take advantage of a Yule hole. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, a Yule hole is the hole in the waist belt to which the buckle is adjusted to allow for repletion after the feasting at Christmas. And finally, Yule shard, Y-U-L-E-S-H-A-R-D. Someone doing their Christmas shopping on December 24th is the definition of a Yule shard. a person who waits until the last minute to finish preparations for the holidays. This Scottish word dates to at least the mid-18th century. Its base word, Yule, is an archaic word for the Christmas season, and shard is a corruption of the word jade, but not the beautiful green gemstone jade. Jade has been used since the 16th century as an insult in Middle English describing a worn-out horse. So those were some fun things to, fun words to use this year. And how about, do you know these words from old-fashioned Christmas carols? Oh my. Cheery jingles have long been a part of getting into the Christmas holiday spirit. The tunes get stuck in our heads, and we might know the lyrics by heart, but do we really know what they mean? For example, what is figgy pudding? Let's go through the old truly ancient Yuletide carol and learn about some archaic Christmas words. Bobtails. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright, is an unforgettable line from the 19th century carol Jingle Bells. A bobtail is a short, docked tail of an animal, especially on a horse or a dog. The premise of this carol is riding on a one-horse open sleigh, which was also the song's original title. So it's clear that these bobtails are on the horses whose tails are decorated with bells for the holiday season. Figgy pudding. The most memorable use of figgy pudding must be in the carol We Wish You a Merry Christmas, which includes the lyric, "Oh, bring us some figgy pudding." Perhaps surprisingly, figgy pudding doesn't even have to contain figs. This dish dates back to the 14th century England, where it was also called plum pudding. But plums, as we know them today, weren't in the recipe either. The recipe's original form, figs or plums, referred to any kind of dried fruit, and figgy pudding was a savory dish made with beef, mutton, raisins, prunes, wine, and spices. Excuse me. Modern figgy pudding is a sweeter recipe. Today it's a Christmas staple similar to a fruit cake, made of flour, sugar, spices, and dried fruit. In some recipes that fruit is figs, but it doesn't have to contain figs to be called figgy pudding. Hark! Hark the Herald Angels Sing was written in 1739, but it remains one of the most popular of the Christmas hymns. Hark is from the Old English verb hearken, meaning listen. In the 19th century, hark was commonly used as a hunting call to gain attention, but the word is likely only used now in this hymn. Jubilee. It's an archaic word for a celebration such as in the Santa Claus is Coming to Town line. The kids in boy and girl land will have a jubilee. Jubilee has been in English since the 14th century, when it was used to denote the anniversary of the emancipation of enslaved Hebrews. Today, it retains the meaning of a celebration, and is often used to reference anniversary celebrations, such as the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. Tannenbaum. O Christmas Tree was originally a German song called O Tannenbaum. The word Tannenbaum literally translates to fir tree from German, but also means Christmas tree. Although it is rather archaic in the German language today, Germans also say der Weihnachtsbaum for Christmas tree. And troll. In Deck the Halls, the word troll is a verb meaning to sing loudly or to celebrate in song. It has nothing to do with the mythical creatures in Scandinavian folklore. So to troll, the ancient Yuletide carol, essentially means to cheerfully and loudly sing Christmas carols. Wassail. Wassail has been around since at least the 12th century, when it was used in the Old Norse toast ves heal, meaning be well. By the 14th century, it was used to describe a warm beverage enjoyed around Christmas time, such as wine or cider. Christmas carolers enjoyed these warm drinks during cold winter nights, which brings us to the next definition of wassail, a verb to describe riotous drinking. Wassailing eventually became synonymous with caroling and other Christmas festivities, resulting in the 50s song, Here We Come a-Wassailing, the wassailing song, better known today as Here We Come a-Caroling. And finally, we have Yuletide. Yuletide is an archaic term for the Christmas season, as seen in Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, in the line, Make the Yuletide Gay. This essentially means to make the Christmas season cheerful. The word Yule itself is an Old English word that refers to Christmas Day. It comes from the Old Norse, a 3-day festival that begins on the winter solstice. So, I hope you've enjoyed hearing what all these different words mean, and I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Stay safe, be kind to one another, and as always, happy yarning. Bye now.